Hello, my wonderful friends. Megas here on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. Yes, those Magi. And oh, have I got a message for you today. You know, I've spent years, most of my life in spiritual pursuit. I've always been a seeker since I was a child. And in meditation and in that place between awake and asleep and visions and dreams. And I want to share with you, just one of the greatest secrets I've discovered that's probably what you have been seeking for. But I know not everyone has the time that I have, especially now at this age. I can devote my life to good spirit. And I have a message for you, but I'm going to ask you to, as you listen to it this first time, you'll probably want to listen to it again. But the first time, I want you to listen as just an observer. The reason I say that is because I'm going to tell you complete truth, right? That's what seekers want to know. We want to just know the truth. We say that, but do we really mean it? What if the absolute truth goes against what your parents or grandparents taught you about what society says? Maybe the temple or church or synagogue you're raised in, maybe the books, the Bible, Quran, Gitas, whatever it is. What if the absolute truth went against what you thought it was going to be? Are you still a seeker? Are you still going to receive it? And most people, not right away. You have to plant that seed of truth and let it do its work. And, you plant those seeds of truth and light, there's always a harvest, but it takes time. And what'll happen if you go in and you're hearing truth and then you reject it, there's a consequence for it, because you heard truth, it's true, it's right, it resonates with what's in your heart of hearts, but you reject it because it goes against, again, like I said, it could be parent, grandparent, book, pastor, priest, whatever. There's a consequence for that. Not that God's out to get you, of course not. But that you're choosing to reject the truth. And why would someone do that? Out of fear, right? Their whole life, they've been taught it's this way. Now they hear the truth. They think, I know it's that. But if they receive that, it's going to completely knock them off balance, right? It's like having your legs kicked out from under you. The tower crumbles and you have to start from a whole new foundation, which also sounds exhausting to many people. And many people won't do that until their life has already crumbled, right? Everything is such a hell. They're open. They're all right, let's go. I just want truth. I don't care about anything else. I'm going to give you straight truth. But I want you to listen to it, not like you have to accept it. Just think, hey, I want to hear what this crazy, bearded Magi has to say, right? Don't even think of it like you have to receive this message, but just hear it, and I'm going to think about it. That's the best way to go into this. And I'll tell you what, I won't go through the stories, but countless testimonies of people that found exactly what they were looking for from the message of the Magi. Okay, so when I was a young man, and the reason I'm setting this up so you'll understand about peeking behind the curtain here. We're going to look behind the veil that takes years and years of spiritual work. My guides leading me, right? I've been into samadhi and I've seen the truth. And now I'm going to try to put it into words that comfort your heart and then bring you there too. So you have protection and provision and love and peace and joy. And you're living in the only thing that could come from a perfect creator's perfect mind. Good, right? God good created a good world. And you can step into it with right thinking, with right frequency. And you're going to see this by the end of this. So I went into the Army. Matter of fact, I was so young. I started the paperwork when I was 17, and I actually had to have my parents come in and sign stuff for me because I wasn't of legal age yet. Went in because I was so excited. And the reason I'm telling this, because this is how many people feel about when they get into their spiritual journey. They're so excited. They've been presented it a certain way, and they get there and they find it's not that. And so I got into the boot camp. It was so horrible. And I don't know if it's the same way. I'm old now, and it was pretty brutal back then. It was just chaos. I saw a drill sergeant wrap a hose around a guy's neck, pretend like they're hanging them, choking them, trying to scare everybody. People doing push-ups, they'd kick their arms out from under them, smack their faces, just screaming, yelling, high stress, no sleep. It's boot camp. But it was more manipulation and evil than I thought it was going to be. It was presented to me as a heroic thing, the way I was raised, right? It was a godly thing. And when I got there, it was completely the opposite of that. It was all just about control, manipulation, fear. They would name the different barracks, and it'd be like screaming demons and, just evil names, because they're trying to make you evil. And they said, the average soldier, when they shoot, they'll be shooting in the air or into the ground because they don't want to hurt anyone. So they're trying to get that evil and that into them, that kill into them. So one shot, one kill. And it was completely different than what I thought. And I was getting, just so discouraged and everything. One of the drill sergeants, God bless him, saw that in me. And he took me aside one day, away from everyone else. He said, "Come with me for a minute." And we just had this connection. And he showed me behind the scenes, behind the veil. It was an act, right? And he explained it to me, and why they do this, and that I was sharing with you, and why the fear, why the manipulation, why the hate, why the anger, why they have to do that to make killing machines, right? And so after he showed me that, and that they weren't actually hated us and trying to kill us, and it was just part of the thing they're doing there, it helped a lot. I still didn't want to be a part of it anymore. I saw that's not what I was sold. This is not heroic. This is not godly. This is all about just manipulation, fear, anger, hate. I've always been sensitive to spirits and things. It was not a good spirit, my friends. That's why you can go on different battlefields around the world, and where there's a lot of hate and killing, and that spirit of war and those gods of war, where you feel the oppression, the darkness on the land itself still after hundreds of years. My friends, that's what it was. Wasn't what I was sold. Now, with religion, and this is the part I want you just listen with open mind. Just see what do the Magi say about this. This is coming from our text, the Avesta, and my own experience. And you live long enough, you see it, and you know it. So in our Avesta, it talks about different gods, spirits, angels or demons, whatever you want to call them. And as the people feed them their energy, they grow stronger over that region, over that people. And it can be from just a person. It can be a family, a home. It can be land. It can be a whole town, city. You can see it, you go into different cities and they have different spirits over them. You feel it strong. And they feed off of energy. Now, here's what I need you to see, and why Zoroastrianism, which means pure light, if you break it down, why it's important that we hold the pure light. So I'll show you what Spirit showed me in vision. Think of a mother. And so you're going to see this with gods or angels or demons or whatever spirit entities, how they feed off of people. Okay, so I want you to see this. As above, so below. As within, so without. There's a correlation. You'll see this. So think of a mother that's pregnant, right? And she got that child inside of her. And the child, to grow, actually eats off of her, doesn't it, right? It takes the nutrients out of mom's body to become the child's body. That's how gods grow in their strength. Just like the investor was talking about, over a city or a town or land, that spirit, that energy, it becomes tangible. It's how much they can feed on people. And so the child inside of the mom is feeding, right? Good or bad, like it's getting good nutrients. But what happens, like they say, if a mom smokes, right? The baby's taking in those toxins. The baby has to hold its breath when the smoke comes in, right? You ever see a crack baby, right? That's what a lot of these gods look like. They've been feeding on some bad energy, man. Oh, Mega, let's try to be serious. Oh, okay. I crack myself up, guys. I'm sorry. I want to be a good teacher, but you got to laugh or cry sometimes. And some of that's funny. Crack baby. Okay. And if you're a crack baby, I'm sorry. It's not funny for you, but okay. Back to my teaching. Okay. So now think about, you're feeding that child, but pretty soon that child comes out and then grows in strength, right? Pretty soon that child's big enough and strong enough to protect mama. And it's a lot like what we do here at the Order of the Magi, right? Like, we never ask anything of the spirit of Asha, which is the spirit of truth, the Holy Spirit. We never take from Asha. We always give our praise, our love, our worship to make the spirit of truth strong. And so as she grows in strength, because the truth has been really repressed, is that the right word? Suppressed. They've tried to stomp it out, right? When someone comes with truth, like take for instance Jesus, right? They crucify him. Zarathustra, they run a sword in his back. Whenever someone tries to come with just a loving God, the loving Father, the loving parent, light, truth, peace, joy, just good, unmixed, they want to stomp that out, right? And so they suppress it, burn the books, kill the prophets. The evil spirits are very strong in the world. You see it right now. Now, you understanding how they feed, right? Just like a baby feeds on the mama, they feed on people's energy. So good spirit, like we feed Asha and the good spirits when we hold love, when we're loving each other, even when you're playing with your puppy dog and you feel that love, you're feeding Asha and Mazda and the good spirits, the good angels, and they're strong. That love is everything. Love is the strongest force there is. And so we're feeding them with that. Now, I want you to look at the world religions. Take it, Judaism, Islam. I could name off a laundry list. Those gods that they call God, they even call them the highest principle of good God. They're trying to make it the highest God. And what God means, if you break it down in the Germanic, it's the highest principle of good. So they're saying this is as high as you can go, like a Jehovah, Allah, Shiva, whatever. They're making that the highest. But the highest they have is mixed energy, right? And Zoroaster, again, means unmixed, undefiled, undiluted, pure light. It's a pure love. It's not love and hate, peace and war. Doesn't heal and send disease. So how do these Jehovah's, Allahs, Shivas gain so much power, right? Read the books. I went to Bible college and I was shocked when I really got into it. The stories, right, of the heroes of the Bible. Moses, I won't go too far into this, but I just want you to see it. Moses told the soldiers to go in and kill men, women, and children. When we just read that, we're so used to it. We grew up with it in Sunday school. But stop to think about the energy of killing a child. The little hands, the little sweet voice with the cry, owie, it hurts. Mommy, help me. Think of what energy that produces. Think of the gods that feed on that and get strength from that. Think about a God that would tell Abraham to sacrifice his son to him. What kind of energy would that build? What was Abraham feeling? What was Isaac feeling? Is there fear? Is confusion? Right? What kind of energy is that God feeding and getting stronger? And I could go story after story. You know them. Stone your children when they're disrespectful. What would that make a parent's heart feel like? You're frustrated, you're mad, you beat their brains out, and you're cleaning their brains off the floor. What emotion is that putting? We read over it because, again, we're brought up in Sunday school, right? It's just how it was. But if you really stop to think about it, the emotion of that, was there regret of the mom? Maybe the next day, oh, I lost my shit and I overreacted, and then the God's feeding on that. Those gods are getting stronger. You see those gods rolling over America, Russia, these superpowers that call themselves Christian and Jewish and Israel and Palestine and all these warring gods. I think of Putin calls himself a Christian. Our leaders call themselves Christians. They sure don't look like Jesus, do they? Jesus brought an idea of a loving father. They crucified that and they went back to Judaism. The world wants their mixed God. Why? Because men have been hurt, and they want that God that's going to punish their enemies. They want that God that's going to smite and slay. Right? They want that vengeance. They want that. And the gods will give them that. Those gods will give them that. You want revenge? You want war? You want to blow a bomb up like your enemies have never seen before? You feel that pride and they'll give you that. But you become a part of that. You find, oh, that didn't bring you peace and joy after it's over. Oh, you have guilt. Oh, you still have sadness. Oh, you're still depressed. Oh, you can't find peace. You're not going to find those things from those gods. The original religion, the all-good God, feeds only on love and kindness and goodness. And they couldn't stomp that out because in truth, that's all that's real. Those other gods that men have built up with those bad energies, they're nothing, guys. Zarathustra taught us that they're not even real. We need to know the real. What was, is, and shall be. And I know they try to take our wording and stuff. Don't worry about it. They try to take our stories. They've tried to take religion and the name God and our stories. And since they couldn't beat us, they had to take it and pretend like they're the priest, right? They write the books. They've taken over religion. But something they forgot, that inside of us is a divine spark that comes from the light, is made of the light. We know truth when we hear it. And now when you're raised as a child and they're telling you this lie is truth and you believe it for a while, but when you hear the truth like you just did today, it resonates. Something lights up in you. That's the truth. Then their choice comes. And like I said, you don't have to make the choice today because it's a lot. But every man and woman at one time must make a choice. Are you going to choose the pure spirit, the all-good God? Are you going to choose love over the hate, the peace over the war? Are you going to choose forgiveness and kindness and beauty? Are you addicted to the drama and the fight? Could you ever get to a place where you could just not have to fight? You could just enjoy life, be happy, create love and more love? Here's what I want us to do together. Then I'll wrap this up. Take a long, deep breath. And as you release, just release all negativity, at least for this moment. And this time as you breathe in, I want you to see light and love filling you. And as this light comes in, it pushes the darkness out of you. As this pure love comes in, the hate, the fear, the worry, the distress, It has to leave because it can't live in love and light. The evil cannot live in God good. And just for this time, we're going to create this atmosphere in us. And we're going to hold love. I want you to think of someone or something that you love. Maybe it's a child. Maybe it's a puppy dog or a kitty. Maybe it's a memory. Maybe it's a place. But just think of something that stirs up the most love. Maybe the memory of a child, laughter. Just feel that. Right now you're feeding Asha. And as Asha grows stronger, she protects us. That's why we never have to ask anything of the Spirit of truth. As we hold love and light and peace and joy and kindness and just feed it with our love and our energy. And it makes it strong. And then we just live in it. Now it's protecting us. We protected the child. And now the child is protecting us. The child has grown. That energy, that spirit, that love, that light has grown. And it's in us and around us and is us. And we can actually say Asha is. The perfect creator's perfect idea is. Love is. Peace is. Joy is. God good is. Isn't that beautiful? And I love, love, love you.